a real rock and roll town. Like it's full of miners to begin with, and they're all like listening to rock and roll.
Right.
Like, and there was lots of musicians, like lots of rock musicians up there, older than us. Like, so we grew up with that kind of leather jacket rock music on the radio and in people's houses, like quite a bit.
There was, like when we were coming up, there was actually quite an explosion of musicians of similar kind of mindset of like wanting to like branch off and experiment and find their kind of a voice within like a sonic landscape, you know. Like you've got the guys from like Absent Sound who grew up there.
Okay, cool.
Others too, but and these fellows, and we cultivate like a lot of like free form kind of music ideas were cultivated there. And we took those like lessons that we all cultivated there. And nowadays, I mean, Dean would be best to speak about that, but I think there's like a very strong arts community and music community, probably more so than even when we were there, actually, I would think at this point, right?
Yeah, when we were growing up in the 80s and early 90s, I mean, we were looking at like metal and alternative music.
Yeah.
But there was like kind of a small group of us. There was this classic rock and roll thing that was happening in the background. And Flin Flon in general is very isolated. There's not a lot of things to do. And a lot of people that were living here and working in the mines, they had a lot of disposable income. They were, they liked to party and they liked to listen to good music, and they would buy expensive guitars and drums and whatnot. And, a lot of musicians would come and go. And I mean, because of that isolation, with no extra things to do, a lot of people would spend a lot of time on their instrument and get pretty proficient at it.